since J. Hart's going to take all the questions, he's going to give you way better answers than me. My daughter lands in 23 minutes. I'm super proud of our guys, really proud of the effort, really proud of BG stepping up and being great. Otega continues to play at an elite level. We got contributions from everybody, and it's 22 minutes till Avery lands. I'm out, guys.
Hey. All right, shoot.
Jason, 9 threes, 9 for 16 from three in the first half there. Just what did you see as far as just getting those open shots and getting into a rhythm there?
We have a slogan called "Make a play for a teammate," and I thought our guys have been doing a tremendous job the past couple of weeks, and we're making shots now. Early on in the season we wasn't, but we practice every day. Guys are coming in faithfully shooting, and fortunately tonight they was going in.
Yep. Yeah, Coach, now that it's over, was there any kind of anxiety or nervousness about the so-called trap game being Arkansas was Saturday, Tennessee's coming in this?
You know what? As a former player, that rings in your mind with these young men. But I thought tonight they came out and executed. This team has been playing well, Oklahoma, although their record doesn't indicate it. But our guys stepped up and met the challenge and was able to fight through those issues.
Jason, Coach Pope mentioned it briefly there, but what Brandon was able to do tonight, and honestly, in like the whole scope of the season, I know it's a bit of an up and down year for him. Mm-hmm. Where have you seen Brandon persevere the most, and how did that kind of come to fruition tonight in his performance?
Well, he's a young professional in terms of coming to work every day and doing his job. And, you know, when you do that, the basketball gods will bless you. And tonight he was in the right spots. He played with a lot of energy. And, you know, that's what happened when you just continue to work. And every game won't be like that for him, but as long as his effort is there, we're happy with that.
Coach Hart, you have been a former player. You just talked about it. It seems like Brandon and Otega really have special games every time you guys play Oklahoma. Uh-huh. And what is that like when I know there are storylines there? The coaches don't get into it too much, but as a former player, how much extra motivation is there when there are those storylines going on behind it?
You know what? That's kind of a Brandon does play well, and obviously Otega plays well against his former school. I just think it's the juice of the game. Otega playing against his former coaches, so he wanted to impress them. And then Brandon, you know, he just steps up and brings energy. He's from Oklahoma, so he gets bragging rights when he go home in the summertime and see those guys. And just happy that they played well tonight. We needed it.
Over. Yep. I mean, you mentioned Otega playing great tonight, but you know, yet again, he gets to double digits. He's done that every game this year. There's only 3 games in his UK career he hasn't reached double figures. So, how hard is it sometimes not to take for granted just how consistently good Otega is? Yeah, you know, as coaches, you always want to nitpick, but he's a bad dude. You know, Otega always is a really good basketball player. He's consistent. He's our leader, and you know, sometimes I kind of be in awe and watching him, but he's been playing at a high level, and you know that's why he was preseason SEC Player of the Year.
Coach, obviously a lot's going to be made tonight about how well they shot the ball, but
yes,
you guys also jumped on them pretty hard on the boards. Yes. I mean, obviously Brandon had his 11, but it felt like pretty much everyone got in on the rebounding. What can you say about how they responded and fought on defense as well as with their scoring? Well,
in the first half, I thought we did a good job in taking away their three-point shots. We know number one likes to shoot threes. In the second half, unfortunately, he made some. We just got to continue to get better at that part of the game. But they fought. You know, they wasn't going to quit. They made some threes, and we was able to keep fighting to hold them off.
Jason, what have you seen from Colin's progression just since he got here, even going back to the beginning of last season, and especially the confidence he seems to be playing with the last 2-3 weeks? Well,
you know, in college, it doesn't happen often because guys often transfer. But you know, he's a prime example of believing in Coach Pope's system. This is his second year. He's real comfortable. He's grown. He's matured. You know, he was on this Mormon mission for 2 years, so he's got his legs back under him. And he's just playing at a level where we knew he was. And I'm just happy the world get to see, you know, Colin Chandler playing at a high level. We need him.
Jason, every time there's a scuffle or a dust-up, I'm like, all right, where's Brandon? Because I know he's going to be in the middle of it. What do you guys say to him about, you know, there's a fine line there between being physical, being tough, and crossing over?
Nothing. Keep doing that. We need that. A lot of times, you know, me working here at Kentucky, it's always the other team's biggest game. And so we need him to go back to being who he is, you know, getting physical with players. And we feed off that, especially as coaches. You know, we not encourage him to do anything dirty, but we need his physical play. And we need him to be that. And I applaud it.
Jason, with Andrea, there were moments this year. Oh, sorry.
Now go ahead.
There were moments this year where he wasn't getting playing time, and it could have been easy for him to sulk on the bench or maybe even check out of things. But it seems like ever since he's moved into the starting lineup, he's really made an impact. He had an effective night, shooting the three and on the boards tonight. What can you say about the way he's kind of stuck with things and the progression that he's made over the course of this season, especially since becoming a starter?
Yeah, super proud of him. He got a little down on himself early in the season, being from another country, trying to come in, learn the language, learn our culture, system. And so when he did sit, he had to sit and learn. And, sometimes sitting on the bench, it does that to you. You light a fire up in you, and I don't think he wants to go back to the bench. And so he's coming out with a sense of urgency. He kind of know what Coach Pope wants, and he know what he can do. And so we need him to continue to play strong, shoot with no fear, and give it your all, and that's what he's been doing. Yep.
Coach,
Hey.
in the game versus Mississippi State, y'all's first win, Pope said he was happiest with that assist to turnover margin.
Yeah.
It was 21-6, and tonight
Yep.
it was
21-6.
yeah.
I
How
keep-
important is that aspect for y'all in the teamwork front?
So I'm a point guard, so I keep those turnovers, and if we take care of the ball, it gives ourselves a chance to win. And I think we've been one of the top teams in the SEC. And so tonight it just showed that we can pass too, sharing. And I think when you share the basketball, it makes it more enjoyable to watch. So those 6 turnovers are huge for us. And anytime they do turn the ball over, if they do something that we're asking, we don't really count that as a turnover. All right. How about